Hello, everyone. This is Ron, and of course, I am back with you with another episode of Empire Coins and Collectibles. So, we're going to be continuing today our Buffalo Nickel coin roll search. We've got about 20 coins left to do. We're going to get through those in fairly short order so we can get on to the next episode, which I think you're going to find it's going to be very, very interesting. I bought another roll of Buffaloes, actually, not a complete roll. 39 Buffalo nickels. They're brilliant uncirculated. So I'm excited about that. But we're going to finish this roll up and we're going to determine was it a good buy or not. So we're going to be doing that quick look. But before we go there, if you could, please like, share, and subscribe. Help us grow our channel. We love doing this for you. We hope it's informative and entertaining. And of course, we've got to keep Miss Empire corralled. She's always poking fun at me, but of course, that's her right after 46 years. So what do we have? We've got the rest of the coin roll. I'm going to go ahead and change cameras and let you do a quick look at what we have left to look at. So we're going to go to the tray camera. Can you see this? Okay. Now I've got one of the nickels already on the microscope, but we've got all these to do in very short order. And here's my checklist of the things that I don't have. So as we find one that I don't have, we'll check it off. And I'm going to pull this out and I'll show it to you if we come across something that is needed. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to go to the coin microscope. Okay, so right now you should be seeing a Buffalo nickel, and it has, of course, seen a lot of usage, a lot of wear and tear on this Buffalo nickel. So can we tell anything about the obverse? Yeah, I think you can barely make out this is a 1925 Buffalo nickel. Now, if I pull up the book, I've got the book in my hand, the Coin Digest book. It said that if this is a Philadelphia minted Buffalo nickel, there were 35 million or 35.6 million of those Buffalo nickels minted that year. So there's a lot of them out there. There's probably hundreds of them, if not thousands, that are better than this state. But I'm going to check my checklist to see if I need it. And of course, I don't know if you can see that, but the 25 Philadelphia minted Buffalo nickel I need, the 25D and the 25S. So any one of those is going to be a plus for me once we turn it over. Now, you might be saying something different right now, but I've got this nickel on a grid sheet. My brother found these and he bought several of them and he's given me one. See the major divisions, 4, 5, 6, those are like centimeters. So we can get a real good view of how large the coin is. But I'm looking around, a lot of love on this, but not a lot of interesting features. So Liberty is kind of obscured along the edge and it's well worn along the high relief. So we're going to flip it over and see if there's anything else interesting. Well, let's go down a bit. I'm going to get down and inspect the coin a little closer. And again, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. So it looks like there is a mint mark down there, but I am uncertain as to what that is. Looks like a D. Does that look like a D to you? Yes. This looks like a 1925D, but there seems to be more going on around that mint mark than first look. But that's a keeper. I'm just kind of looking around the rest of it. United States of America. These coins are beautiful when there's a lot of detail left on them, but this one, again is pretty well circulated. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one off. That's a keeper. And I'm going to show you where I'm going to mark this off. So I put an arrow on my checklist. And so we've got, oops, 25D. There it is. Marked it off. One off. The very first coin. That is a good thing. Here's the next coin. We'll put it on the averse, and we're going to back off the coin just a bit to see it in its entirety. I always like looking at the coin to start with as a whole. That kind of gives us some information as to where we need to focus our inspection. Back off a little bit more. So this coin has a little more detail to it. 1927. Now, if I look at my checklist, the hunt list, I've got what I need on the 27. So this one would have to be in better condition than the others for me to replace it. And I don't think it is. Let's just kind of tour around the coin. Not much going on Liberty. Nothing really on the averse. We see some coin op marking, it looks like right across here. Okay, flip it over. So this is a Philadelphia minted Buffalo nickel, 1927. And I'm not seeing anything of real interest in this. Hey, leave me a note down below if I happen to miss something. Let's go on to the next coin. So the ones above the rolls, I don't need. The ones below the rolls as I place them, I do need. So just give you when we go to the tray camera again. Okay, here's a 36. I can tell you right off the bat, I have a ton of 1936 Buffalo nickels. So I don't believe I'm going to be needing this one to fill out the book. And just kind of looking around, not anything of real interest or high interest. Let's flip it over, at least that I could see. Again, if you see something that I've missed, please let me know. Now I'm going to go down a little bit lower here. It looks like a Philadelphia minted Buffalo nickel. And 5 cents. Well worn. You can barely make out the horn. United States of America, e pluribus unum, out of many one. Okay, I think that's it. Nothing really of high interest there. This is the fourth coin. And I'm going to back off of it just a bit so we can look at it in its entirety. Bring it back into focus. Yeah, this is a 1930. I don't know. It's certainly well worn, but there's some scratches in the head. I'm not sure if it's been cleaned or not. I mean, you guys can see this pretty well, I believe. You can see the scratches right there and right there. So, people have a tendency that don't know anything about coin collecting and numismatics. They destroy coins because they want to clean them and make them look better. No, never, 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 ever do that. Let's go a little lower. Okay, nope, nothing else to be of note here. Let's flip it over. Look at the reverse. And it's a Philadelphia minted coin. There's maybe some machine doubling down here and here on the C and F. Oh, wow, there's a definite damage right there. So that's not attractive at all for any coin collecting, except for filling a hole until you found a better coin. So let's go and see if we can determine anything about the 5 cents. What do you think? Let's go a little lower. Well, this is going to bear some more investigation because there is this marking to the left of the F. There is this marking to the left of the C. I'm not sure that's enough to say it's a DDR, doubled die reverse, but it certainly is, looks like machine doubling. Okay, so not a keeper. We're going to go now to the next coin. This will be our fifth coin. Let's go back up in height so we can get a better look of the coin in its entirety and bringing it back into focus. So here's another 36. 36 is certainly not something that I need. It's in pretty bad shape, not very attractive. It's interesting how some coins will wear in circulation and they maintain their attractiveness, their appeal. And then other coins, I don't know if they were over circulated by comparison or if it's just, I don't know what it's about. Some of them just don't wear well. Could be the metallurgy in the coins itself and the nickel. Yeah, I don't see anything of interest here. There is something going on here. It's a high relief, maybe a scuff mark that has aged a bit. Okay, that's not a keeper. We're going to go now to the sixth coin of the row. And that's another 36. Now, I have to tell you, I paid $50 for this complete row of Buffalo nickels. And that was a little over $1. What is that? Maybe $1.20, something like that per coin. I have been underwhelmed in that value that I'm getting out of the coin roll. I had no expectations. It was a risk, but I'm certainly filling some holes in my collection. Let's go down a little lower. But as far as any real valuable coins, no. I think we're going to see that in the next one when we look at that latest uncirculated coin roll hunt of buffaloes. A lot of chatter around E pluribus unum. Maybe some die polishing relics of that right in there. But not seeing anything of real interest. Maybe a little bit of machine doubling over here on the I and the V, the E and the C, but nothing I would say is a doubled die. Okay, we're going to go on to the seventh coin. Okay, let's go back up a little bit so we can see the coin in its entirety and get a big view of what it's got to tell us. This is a 27, again, well worn. I don't know, there's something about the surface of the coin, like maybe it was soaked in some type of coin cleaner. I don't know. And then, of course, we have this strike right there, the scratch or cut to the coin. Not a real attractive coin. Let's flip it over. So the lettering is nice and bold, even after all that circulation. But that's about all I can say. Let's look at America. Looks like something may be going on with America. Bring it back into focus. I don't know. Maybe some machine doubling around the A. And then there looks like there was something going on around the M, but nothing more really. Okay. And it's a Philadelphia minted coin. Again, not of high value, and I have many of these already. So let's go to that's a seventh. This is the eighth coin. We're going to go back up and get a view of the entire coin. I'm excited about the other roll of brilliant uncirculated buffaloes. They're all of the same date, which is unfortunate, but I'll take it. I'm very tempted, based on what you're going to see on this other coin roll of buffaloes, the uncirculated one, to send them all in and have them certified. We'll talk about what they may be in terms of value when I get to that coin roll. I am not really seeing anything on this one. This is coin number 8. Let's flip it over. No. You guys see anything? Let's go down just a little bit. The lettering gets really dense around E pluribus in America. Go down a little lower. The S I may be seeing some doubling. Let's go back and bring it in focus. Maybe how the light is hitting the S. Remember, if you think you got some doubling, rotate it around in the light to see if you can still see it. If you can't, most likely it's not a DDO. Okay, nothing really interesting on that one. All right, this is coin 9. And bring it back up. And bring it in focus. A lot of wear on this one. Again, it's another 36. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because I've got significant numbers of these. And I'm not really seeing anything. It looks like E pluribus had some damage around it. And the S on cents. Okay, let's move on. That was coin 9. This is coin 10. 1930. This too looks like it has been cleaned or attempted to be cleaned. Nothing really interesting on the surface. Flip it over to the reverse. United States of America. There is probably a grease error on pluribus because that would be the most obvious explanation of why some letters are not strongly struck, whereas the others on either side are. So not really interesting. That's 5 cents. All right. We're going to go now to coin 11. And slightly better looking coin. Something's going on right there. Take it down, look at it. A lot of damage to it. I don't see many die cracks on buffaloes. I'm sure they're out there. Nothing on the date. Let's flip it over, or the year, I should say. Let's go down a little bit lower. United States, a lot of wear across the top of United. And the pluribus needs a little better focusing and perhaps a closer look. I think it's just how the strike was made on the lettering, and we see some shadowing. I wonder what that is right there between the R and the B. Bear with me. I'm going to take it out and look at it under my eye loupe. Well, there's something definitely there. Let's take a closer look on this. Go down lower. I wonder if there's a double strike on that. Oh, this is really interesting. Okay, my mistake. It is the I in pluribus, very closely aligned between the R and the B. So until I got it down lower, I really couldn't tell what was going on there. So that's a false alarm. Let's go back up. Sometimes that happens. We see what we want to see until we see what's really there. Coin collectors have to be very careful with that. I think these are scratches here. Okay, nothing else on that one. So this is the 12th coin. Told you we'd be going really quick through these. And nothing on Liberty, but certainly some, looks like some coin up wear right there. You can see that line. Here's another arc across the head of the Buffalo nickel. This is the 27. We don't really need the 27. Flip it over. United States of America. That F, that's not doubling. That's just a damage to the F. E pluribus unum, and 5 cents. Nothing of interest on that. That was coin number 12. Let's go to the coin 13. Okay, Liberty is pretty defined. Damage to the edge. It's a 35, and I need a 35 DDR. So we'll check that out when we go to the back side. That scratch is very unattractive right there. Okay. Is that a scratch or? Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't flaking delamination, and it wasn't. Okay, so let's go down a little lower and get back in focus. Bring some light on it. United States of America. Nothing in there. E pluribus unum. Don't really see anything there. Nothing around the body of the buffalo that I can really tell. This buffalo looks like it may have been speared through just below the eye. I'll have to look at that a little closer to see if that's some type of non-retained error on the die that then included that, or if it's just a scratch. And I don't see anything on the 5 cents. So let's go down a little lower on this feature on the face of the buffalo. Is that a scratch? What do you guys think? I'm just moving the light around to see if we can get some better definition on it. I'm not seeing enough to determine what it could be. It's probably some type of scratch because of this up in here. Okay. And this right here is the eye. So pass on that. We're going to go now to coin 14. Let me bring this back up before we put it under there. And we're going to bring it back into focus. Again, another well-worn coin. Just moving the light around so I can show more. Liberty is just almost destroyed across the edge. There's a gouge right through it. I think that's a 25. What do you guys think? That's a 2, and that's a 5. It looks like. Might be a 23. Maybe a 3. 23. I've got a 23. Okay. Could be still a 5, but I think it's a 3 now. All right, let's flip it over. United States of America. E pluribus unum. Nothing really there. Looking at the body of the buffalo, not really seeing anything, but some high level scratches here. And Philadelphia Mint. So not of interest. Okay. So we're going now to the 15th coin. And we're starting with the buffalo side. Sorry about that. But that's okay. We'll go down a little lower. And I'm just looking at United States of America. E pluribus unum. Nothing really of interest here. Nothing on the body of the buffalo that I can see. Looks like the legs are beginning to abrade out, right? And there's 5 cents, so nothing there. And this is a 35. 35, do we need, oh, we need the 35 DDR and the 35D. That was not a D, and it was not a DDR. Okay, so nothing there. And we're going to go now to the 16th coin. We've got 3 more to look at after this. Hmm. 20 something. Is that 1920 or is that a 28 or is it a 26? I can't really tell. Let's turn it around. Might be a 20. Looks like a 20 right there by adjusting the light. So we're going to go with 1920. 1920, let me flip my coin hunt over. D is what I'm looking for. So if this is a D when we flip it over, even though it's in poor condition, it will be a placeholder until I can find a better coin. So let's go ahead and flip it over. Well, sadly, it's not a D. It is a Philadelphia minted buffalo nickel. And I'm not seeing anything on the body of the buffalo or the lettering. Okay, so that's a non-starter. 3 more coins after, or 2 more coins after this one. Okay, this is number 16, 17, number 17 for today. So we've got Liberty. Liberty's well defined. A lot of wear in the headdress. The eyes and nose and lips are well defined. Wow, but that date, I tell you, okay, I think it's a 23. Is that a 23? Let me turn around so if I can see better. Yeah, it looks like it's a 23. And I think we said that 23, I do. Yeah. So not a whole lot there. Flip it over. 5 cents, nothing there that I can see. Interesting line straight across there. Nothing really on the body of the buffalo. And United States of America, e pluribus unum, well worn, or maybe a grease here, but not enough to keep it. Okay, we've got 2 more. This is for today's hunt. This is coin 18. So Liberty has seen better days. That wasn't a social commentary, people. Liberty is abraded. And this is the 36. 1936. I've got a 36D. I do not have the 36D 3.5 buffalo leg. So I'll freak out if it's a 3.5 leg buffalo when we flip it over. And it's not. I mean, it's well on its way, but the die would be the one making it, not wear, right? So nothing on the 5 cents. Not anything really of interest in the body and in the lettering. All right, guys and gals, a big 0 almost on this one. Last coin for this coin roll search, and then we'll call it done. So Liberty, you can see it pretty good. Some detail on the face. The hair and headdress are well worn. It's a 1930. I need a 30S. So if this is an S mint mark, then that's going to be goodness to me. So United States of America, e pluribus unum, very strongly struck. The buffalo has some wear on the head. Horns are just about gone. The horn is. but it's a P, so not interesting, nothing that I can add. Let's go back to the tray camera, so we can just kind of show you. What you're seeing is all of these here, nothing. But I've got one coin that I can use. And which coin was that? Let's pick it up, put it back in there. It is a D, and it was the 1925. So the 25D, I'm going to be able to add to my collection. All right, let's go to the main camera and we'll do the wrap up. So I don't think my ROI, return on investment, is going to be very high. Actually, it's probably going to be negative. Hey, can you get a negative ROI? I think you can go to zero, but you're not going to get anything out of this coin roll. I filled some holes, that's true, in my Buffalo nickel collection. But if I can find better examples of those Buffalo nickels, I will replace those. Other than that, I had a lot of fun going through this rolls, and I hope you did too. Hopefully you've learned something too about what's all out there in the Buffalo nickels with the D over D and the D over S and the double die and the 3.5 leg and the 3-legged buffaloes and so forth. Type 1s and type 2s in the early teens. All of that makes buffalo hunting very interesting. And oh, by the way, I'm not saying hunting in the bad sense. As from a collector standpoint, we love to hunt through the buffalo coins that we find. And with that, my friends, you guys take care. And please know, if you're not out there looking, you're not finding. All the best.